Albania has long been a model of interfaith harmony in the Balkans. In this climate, the Bektashi order, a mystical Sufi tradition founded in 13th century Turkey, found a welcoming home. Emphasizing spiritual freedom and inner reflection over rigid rituals, it thrived in Albania's culture of religious tolerance. Bektashism flourished in Albania, becoming the country's fourth faith, alongside Sunni Islam, Christian Orthodoxy, and Catholicism. In this program, we will be diving into the history of the Bektashi, how they arrived in Albania, and how the smallest of Albania's religious community contributed greatly to the nation's independence in 1912. I'm in the Central Park of Tiranë. It's wrapped around an artificial lake, and it's a beautiful place to come and start the day. Seeing all the people out relaxing, having their coffee, the elderly playing dominoes. But I've come here because of this monument. It's in a central, predominant place on a hill. And it's given such importance because of these three men, three national heroes, the Fasher brothers, Abdul, Naim, and Sami. These men did not fight with guns and bullets. They fought with words, which were powerful. They were not only bound by their name and their blood, but they were bound by their Bektashi faith, which guided their hands when they wrote that literature, that poetry, those political speeches that reverberated with the national character of the Albanians and united them in a common goal: independence and the creation of the state of Albania. We're going to explore this Bektashi faith on this trip. See some wonderful landscape, some beautiful rivers, mountains, and their worship places that are hidden high up in the hills and in very remote locations. So, a good place to start is at the headquarters of this religion, which is here in Tiranë, the Kryja Gjyqata, and it's very close. Let's go check it out. There are beliefs that Bektashism arrived in Albania before the Ottoman conquest. Its early missionaries became entwined with Christian saints like Saint Spiridon, known to the Bektashis as Seri Saltik. This blending of Christian and Muslim traditions enabled Bektashis and Christians to worship side by side. Visitors are welcomed to explore the Kryja Gjyqata's richly decorated prayer halls, peaceful gardens, and a museum which offers insights into the Bektashis' religious diversity and mystical heritage. Like many faiths around the world, 3 is an important number to the Bektashi. In Christianity, there is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. To the Bektashi, there is Zoti, God, Muhammad, the Prophet, and their most important Imam, Ali. This Holy Trinity made it easier for the Balkan Christians to understand Bektashism, and paving the way for Sunni Islamic teachings when the Ottoman Empire expanded. As the Turks slowly migrated from the east down through Persia, Iran, and into what is today Turkey, they absorbed the different beliefs and religions that they passed. And it was in the 13th century that this man, Haji Bektash Veliu, incorporated them all into what is today Bektashism. Later, in the 15th century, it was formalized as the religion that we know today. There's such an increase in Bektashism, and this Kryojishata, with its museum, is a great place for people to further understand this mystical religion. It's a wonderful modern museum with so many great exhibits, which I'm sure are going to help us further understand Bektashi. The Bektashi order gained substantial influence in the Ottoman Empire through its close alliance with the Janissaries, the elite imperial guard. Composed largely of Christian boys taken hostage through the devshirme system and forcibly converting them to Islam. The inclusive and syncretic nature of Bektashism made it easier for these converts to reconcile aspects of their earlier Christian faith with their new Islamic identity. And formal ties were established between the two around 1591, when Bektashi dervishes became the spiritual guides within the Janissary corps, akin to an army chaplain. The empire conquered new lands, and as a result, the Bektashi order spread across the Balkans. Early Bektashi dervishes in the Balkans played a greater role than just religious leadership. Their teches were the centre of social activity and support, providing food for the poor and spreading compassion and tolerance rooted in their divine principles. In the Kryojishata and every teche, there are these small, round, domed buildings. They're called turbes, and they're mausoleums to the babas who lived at the teche. They're also the place where the Bektashi pray. The turbes at the Kryojishata are probably more richly decorated than any others in Albania, and it's where some of the most important and famous babas lie. Every baba's life obviously has a story, and every story has a different lesson. For me, Baba Hilmi's life has a story that changes every time I read it. At the beginning of communism, Baba Hilmi refused to bend to the will of the communists. Another Baba and a dervish pressured him to make these changes that he thought were inappropriate. This continued for some time, and Baba Hilmi, rather than making these changes, decided to put an end to it and not burden Bektashism. He killed the other two Babas and immediately turned the gun upon himself. The headwear of the Bektashi Babas is divided into 12 segments, representing the 12 important imams within Bektashism.